DCU movies and shows. That is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. And it's a pretty confusing one because when do I say the DCU started? This year with Superman? 3 years ago with Peacemaker? No, neither of those. It's neither of those. It's actually 2021 with the Suicide Squad. So yeah, this is the thing. The DCU is technically very confusing in terms of what is canon and what's not. Apparently all of Blue Beetle is, and most of the Suicide Squad is, or at least whatever they say is canon. So I don't know. I can tell you right now that these three right here, you know, these last three are definitely 100% DCU canon, like they actually take place. So yeah, this is DCU movies and TV shows ranked on a tier list so far, and maybe I'll do another one of these when the time comes, but right now let's get on with it. So we have The Suicide Squad that came out in 2021, Peacemaker Season 1, Blue Beetle, Creature Commandos, Superman, and Peacemaker Season 2, which just came out. So, and I just finished it like last week or the other day, whatever. But yeah, that was fun, except for that finale. I was not a fan of that, so yeah. But anyway, let's get to it. So, The Suicide Squad. Okay. The thing is with James Gunn, right? If you don't know, he is the head of DC, and he is the DCU, and he wrote and directed this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So most of these he's written so far. Apparently Green Lantern, the one that's coming out next year, which is a TV show, or Lanterns or whatever it's called, right? That one isn't actually written by him or directed by him. I mean, like he has no involvement in it apart from just, I guess, overseeing it, like a producer sort of role. So people are saying, "Oh, that's the real true test." I guess we'll see. But anyway, yeah. So the thing is with James Gunn is that he really loves a bunch of unknowns. That's where he shines the most, I think. Except for like a couple in like Harley Quinn and all that she's pretty well known, and he has to sort of, whenever it's someone that people don't have any familiarity with, he likes to just go crazy and do whatever he wants with them. Which is why I was kind of worried about Superman, that it wouldn't be that it was out of his comfort zone and he just wouldn't be able to, you know, nail his characterization and all that. And we'll find out if I was right or wrong about that, as we get to it. But with the Suicide Squad, it's just really strange how good that movie is, you know? Like, I don't understand how you can make a movie this good with a bunch of unknowns, most of them being unknowns, you know? Like Boomerang is probably the most well-known after Harley Quinn, if anything. And Starro, I guess, was just Justice League villain. And they make it for them, you know? It's crazy. It's just so strange how good this movie is, you know? I found out the other day that Sylvester Stallone voiced King Shark as well, so that's funny. I wonder if they're going to bring everybody back as well, because they've only brought back Rick Flag and Peacemaker himself. Because will Margot Robbie stay as Harley Quinn? Who knows? Idris Elba will stay as Bloodsport. Who knows? But yeah. But where would I rank it? Yeah, it's just, I haven't seen it for a long time. I won't lie. I saw it years ago, so it's been a while. But when I saw it, I really liked it. I don't think it's as good as people claim it is, but it's still really good. I'm gonna go, yeah, A sounds good. Yeah. S has to really blow me away. I'm not gonna lie. And it didn't do that, but it was still great. You know? Okay, Peacemaker Season 1. I really liked Peacemaker Season 1. You know, it was getting a little annoying, you know, because it was getting to a point where everybody was kind of talking the same. Like everybody felt like the same character, you know, the lines and all that. I can just see everybody else saying those same lines, you know, except just, you know, with a different voice and all that. But I enjoyed it, and the jokes were funny most of the time. And Peacemaker's character really changes a lot, you know. Like you'd have to be stupid to not notice how much he's changed. And you find out a lot about his childhood. It's hard not to feel bad for him or care about this character, because you just spend so much time with him, and you see in present time his traumas coming out, you know, and his denial as well, which I guess a lot of people can relate to, including myself, just going through years of just denial, pretending like it didn't happen, or pretending whatever did happen doesn't matter, and him confronting it. You know, killing his dad and all that, which sucked. I mean, he was doing the world a favor, I guess you could say, but, you know, he's still killing your dad at the end of the day, you know? and it was sad, and it touched me. I think it is on the same level as the Suicide Squad for me, though. I haven't seen the film in a while, so I am. It could change. This could honestly just go up. I think I could see it going up if I saw it again. But this is also quite good, you know. Because if I give it C, that's like mid, you know. I think I'm gonna go B though. I think I'm gonna go. No, you know what? I think I'm gonna go A. Actually, yeah. A feels right. A feels right because this season was quite good. Like it's at least an 8 out of 10 for me. If I had to rank it like that, at least, because I just can't think of anything genuinely wrong with it apart from the stuff I said before, you know, where they all talk the same and all that. But I think that's really it, you know. And I guess like the swearing and stuff can be a pretty grotesque. Like it's just unnecessary. Like you can predict when they're gonna, you know, swear or whatever because it feels like they got the green light to do that, so they're just giving an excuse to drop an F-bomb or something like that when you just don't need to. But anyways, Blue Beetle. Okay, a funny story. I was meant to see Talk to Me, the film. No, wait, no, hold on a sec. No, I was meant to see Blue Beetle in the cinema, in the theater, with friends, right? We went in, and nobody apart from me wanted to see Blue Beetle. Everybody kind of begrudgingly went with me to see the film. A couple of us just went, just to hang out with friends, where the other two were like kind of on the fence. And the other one was just definitely not on it. He just went just for the, you know, just to come with us. Only I kind of actually genuinely wanted to see the film. We went into the screening, or at least we went into the hallway where you could go into the screening, like there's different screenings or whatever, like different rooms with the cinemas in it, screens. My friends found out, or we all found out that, Talk to Me is going on, or one of the horror film. If you know the horror film Talk to Me, it's really good. Well, anyway, it was going on, and they're like, let's go in here. Let's go in here. And they just all, I was like, right, you know what, fine, let's just watch it. I don't really care that much. And then I found out I don't really like horror films that much, so yeah. But yeah, it was fine. So I paid a ticket to go see Blue Beetle, but I didn't actually see it. I went to see Talk to Me instead, so yeah. I saw it at home though, like after, because this is the period when films were just coming out digitally, like a good month or two after coming out in the cinema. So I watched it back home, and it was fine. I remember it. I remember the stuff like, you know, his dad and those are things that were kind of shoehorned in. I think I found things a little cringe. You know, when he was trying to kill that guy for, I think, killing his dad or whatever, and then, you know, you all of a sudden you see these flashbacks of the bodyguard or whatever. Like, I get it, but I found it pretty cringeworthy. It just didn't hit. It didn't hit. And the stuff with his dad, I just didn't feel as much as the movie wanted me to. I think the actor who plays Blue Beetle is quite good. He's playing quite a young Blue Beetle, like a late teens or something, if I remember. But he's like 25 or whatever, or at least he was then. I don't know, I can't remember. But he's quite good in it, and I can definitely see him being with this group of other heroes. I can see it. But overall, it's pretty mid, actually. Because I just don't, it's a nothing burger to me. Like, I barely remember it. I think I'm going to give it, I think it wasn't as fun as it could have been, like with, you know, when he gets it. I think I'm going to go C. Yeah. I just don't have much to say about it. That's the thing. Because it's fine. That's it. That's all I can say. It's fine. Creature Commandos. This is another one where it just came and went. You know, it came out late last year, actually, late 2024. And I saw it, and I was thinking, is this how they really want to start it off? Like, it's okay. You know, I get we all knew Superman was coming out, and that was the real thing we were going to see. That's the real start, if anything. But they put this out, you know, and again, it was fine. This is my dilemma, right? Rick Flag in this show feels so much different than he does in Peacemaker Season 2. Even in Superman, like, he feels different in all of them. That is my little grievance with this whole thing. I don't get it. But in terms of the show, it was fine. You know, your most likable character you kill off at the end, and I was surprised. But then I just, you know, I didn't care about her that much. It was sad that she died, but you're meant to build a relationship with these characters, and it was well done enough, if that makes sense, but it was more of a shock factor than anything. And once the shock went away, then wasn't much there, if that makes sense. But where I'd rank it, again, I think I'd give it a C. Yeah. The thing that stops it from being a B for me is it's just a bit, I find it a little uncomfortable, if anything. Like, I'm not in a good way. Like, there are things in it that I'm not a fan of. Okay, Superman 2025. Okay, so this film is probably the best Superman film ever made. Yeah, maybe. Because its only real competition is like the original, like the Christopher Reeve films, like the first one and the second one, Superman 2 and Superman. And I feel like it does a better job at exploring this character than Christopher Reeve's Superman. Like, cause in that film, you learn who he is, you learn things about him, but it doesn't really go much deeper than that, like much deeper than his core traits. Whereas this film goes through his loneliness, being like the alien aspect of being alone. Whereas he still feels like a regular guy, and everybody keeps telling him that he's an alien, even though he feels and he knows that he is just a regular guy. And this is something that I like, that he doesn't necessarily change in the film. He's still the same, but he doesn't doubt himself anymore, if that makes sense. Because you can tell that throughout the film he's doubting himself. So he does change a bit. He becomes more confident, and I really like that. Makes sense why he moves on like this, and it suits him very well, because David Corenswet is Superman. He is Superman, and he nails every joke. He nails every Aggie moment. Whenever he gets angry, he nails every heroic moment. I like that. Whenever he's around the other heroes, he was the only one actively saving people. The little girl, the old lady, or the middle-aged lady, the squirrel. The other heroes did kind of care, but not as much as him. That you can actually see him actively saving people, whereas they were just trying to take down the bad guy. And there's stuff about his parents as well. Yeah, that's like the only actual change. I was thinking, this movie looks good, but I'm wondering, are they going to do something different for this character? Are they going to do something that we haven't seen before as an audience in film? And that was it. That was the difference. They were just making it so that his parents are actually evil, his birth parents, which is interesting. And I thought for a second, oh, that's kind of cool. Is this fake? And then you find out that no, it is actually genuinely what's happened. And I like that as well, because in the sense that I kind of want the generation, new generation to actually. I think everybody knows that his parents are good, but this one now, his new parents, or his new take on his parents, aren't. So I guess it's okay. It's kind of like if you change certain aspects about Spider-Man, people know what kind of person he's supposed to be, so that if you change something now, but keep it faithful, people won't mind it, because people know what kind of person he's supposed to be anyway. So I think that's the same with Superman as well. People know that his birth parents, are supposed to be decent people, but now in this series, they're not. That's okay. So... But in terms of why I'd rank it, it's a very simple film, in good ways and bad. There was a lot of when he popped out the smoke and saved that lady after he comes back, and then he pops out, that was all right there. That was really cool. And when he, takes down Lex Luthor's guards and whatever, who were trying to kill him at the end, then he just starts spinning around, and then, going full heat vision mode on them, spinning around with crypto and all that. That was really cool. But I don't think it hits that S tier for me. I really liked the film. I really liked it. But I didn't love it, So for that, I have to go A. Yeah. All right. Lastly, Peacemaker Season 2. Okay, so this was really good. This was one of the shows that I've been watching recently that I genuinely was anticipating every episode that came every week. I couldn't wait. I saw episode 1, I saw episode 2. I waited a couple weeks, so I first saw the first 2-3 episodes, and then you have nothing else left, so you have to just wait. And I couldn't wait. I was unhealthily waiting for it. I needed more. I wanted to finish. I wanted to keep watching, but I couldn't. So this is one of those shows where I just wanted to keep watching. I just couldn't wait for the next episode, which is what they wanted, which is great, which shows that it was a good show. And we get to the finale, and things take a bit of a dive. I don't understand a certain person's obsession with musical montages and musical cues, right? I get it. You like that, and that's great. But I feel like majority of this episode was just needle drops and musical montages. They definitely dragged and all that. And to leave on that cliffhanger as well is just insane. You can't be doing that, man. That wasn't earned, I feel. Because it's just... And especially since that I forgot. People saying, "Oh, people, you put too much expectation. You put too many expectations on it, expecting too many big things to happen, like cameos or whatever." I didn't expect any of that. I didn't expect a thing. You know, like I went into watching the show not knowing what James Gunn said, saying, "Oh, episode 6 and 8 and whatever, are like some of my favorite things I've ever done." There's a lot of surprises there. Well, I didn't know about that. I didn't remember it. I didn't even read it, I don't think. But then I got to the episode, the last one, thinking, "Oh, it's going to be really good." An hour long or just under an hour long. But I just didn't. It didn't hit. You know, it was very mid. It was a mid finale. I don't even remember what and the stuff about him and Harcourt, you know, on the boat or whatever. Why did we keep going back to the boat? I don't care about the boat. Like, you didn't need to show me anything about what happened on there. You know? Like, we all knew what happened. Mostly, I think, you know? At most, they, you know, whatever happened on the boat. So I thought they just, you know, kissed or something. And that's what we found out. That's just it. That's just what happened. But they had to show us as well. You know, at the start when they're, you know, before everything, and you find out, oh, before the intro starts, I thought that was it. I thought that's all we were going to see when it comes to the flashback of that. But then they just keep showing it. You know, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. And that's what drags the season down for me. You know, it dragged it down from a here to a here. And that's what I think I got to give it, unfortunately. So, yeah. But anyway, that's it. In terms of DCU rankings, you know, since it's actually been established, it's not bad. It's not bad. Nothing has been bad so far, you know. Everybody else might have a different opinion. Some people might put this one up here. Some people might put this one up here. Some people might put this one down here, you know. But let me know what you think. Make sure to subscribe, like, and all that. I hope you enjoyed. I've been JBHD, and take care.